with us? 2?
Yeah, there's 2 right now.
Well, parents,
is one of them Adam?
Yes, one of them is me.
Oh, well, then
and I'm guessing the other
one.
one's Alex. Okay. Well, if somebody
I logged in so I'd be able to catch any questions like as they were coming in for the meeting minutes.
Yeah, I tried that and I just kept on feeding back and looping and it was not good for any of us. So I just look at it later.
Computer muted. So one's on the computer and one's on my phone, and then the computer is muted.
Okay, that's too high tech for me. I can't do that.
I have several pieces going on.
Okay. Well, if anybody pops in, maybe we can at least, type in how to do that, or we can look on the agenda. If you guys can help out with that, if somebody does. But we'll go ahead and go to Mrs. Sewell for the principal's report.
Okay, good evening. How are all of you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
can.
Yes.
So first, I cannot believe that we are not even a full week away from winter break. As you can imagine, there is a lot of planning happening for us to return sometime after winter break. So we are in full prep mode for students to return. So whenever we're given word, we want to be fully ready. Last week at North Gresham, we filmed a video that at some point will go out to the community that shares kind of what to expect, expectations within the school, on the bus, regarding masks, hand sanitation, etc. Classrooms are currently prepped for a limited number of students to come back because we're expecting 75% of students to return, and then splitting that in half, we're looking at our high end, some classrooms that have about 15 students max. And of course, AA Monday, Tuesday, and then BB Thursday, Friday. So we filmed the video. Hallways are set up for social distancing. We've been running through scenarios where buses will go, all of that fun stuff. And then I encourage families and students to watch, again, our virtual assembly tomorrow and to join as often as they can to our Facebook lives in the morning, where it's generally Miss Thomas, Miss Reed, or Mrs. Chu doing morning announcements, which includes mindfulness. So Monday, mindful moments. And tomorrow we have a virtual assembly where you might know that Miss Thomas was voted to become a human ice cream sundae. And so we did that today. So the kids will be able to view that tomorrow. And I just have to say, I had way too much fun with that. Way too much fun with that. So Miss Thomas is a good sport.
That was quite the mess on the ground that we saw when we walked to lunch today.
I have no idea what you're talking. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's all cleaned off now, but and that was after we put a trash bag down. So that's where we are. We're excited for kids to come back. As you can imagine, there's a lot to do, but we'll do what we need to do to get kids back and get them back safely.
I like that idea. Sorry, I just took a bite.
I didn't hear. Was there a date set for that? For the kids to come back?
No, we know it's going to be after winter break, and so we just have to be prepared. We don't know if there'll be any announcements over winter break. If the governor were to make a change, we are preparing for, just on our end, for that's like a second week in January. It could be the first week in February, but we want to be ready to go.
One more thing. What time is that assembly tomorrow?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think what time they post it. I will find that out here in a few minutes. and let you know, because I can't remember. It'll be on the Facebook page, but I don't know exactly what time they post it.
Oh, okay.
That is cool. Them doing the virtual assembly and you guys getting ready with all the videos and everything. Okay. Give me 1 second, please. Oh, sorry, kid interrupted. Okay, so somehow it got off of the agenda, but I forgot that we need to also review meeting minutes. So it's not actually on the agenda. But Angela, do we have that to review or need to talk about anything for clarification?
I don't, let me pull it up here. I don't think there was anything to review. I didn't get a chance to get it sent out yet. I finished, like, they're typed up. I need to finish editing them before I send them so that they're not in there. Let me see if there was anything. It doesn't look like I have anything, just that there was last month we hadn't had like a set number on the book fair money, and I don't think we had income on Mod Pizza last time, did we?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think it happened. Or
Yeah,
it just had happened.
Yeah, so that was it. Was just that we were going to follow up for the income that came in from the fundraisers we were trying to get done. And that was it.
Okay, perfect.
It's mostly ready to go. I just got to finish editing it so to make sure I'm not like leaving out important commas or something.
And if you do, I know Katie will and Alicia will
I
find
know
them
Katie
for
will
us.
help me with that if I forget it, so it'll be good. But I like it. I like to try to do it first.
Oh yeah, I always had at least 2 people read it through, and I'd still give it to Katie, and there were still more errors. But I think that's how we are. We do peer reviews just like the kids. I love it.
It needs to be done. I have to cops my work. Check my
Yeah.
capitalization. I have to make sure the organization's good. I got to make sure I have punctuation. I got to check my spelling.
Yay. So I know I had talked to Adam and he was going to try to start getting our agenda and meeting minutes uploaded onto our website. So I know eventually we're going to want to start getting those up so parents can at least review them and have access to them. I mean, Adam, I know you were kind of working and you had a little glitch on it last time we had talked. Were you able to work through that glitch or are we still working on that?
Still working on it. I think I've got it figured out. Just need to get everything uploaded and get it looking nice for the website.
Okay.
So yeah, once you finish those other meeting minutes, go ahead and send them over to me, and I'll get everything uploaded here shortly.
Sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, sorry to put you on the spot, Adam. It was one thing I had mentioned. I was like, oh yeah, I know we had talked about it, but remember there was an issue or something. I don't know. It's techie and I don't understand it. Okay, so Katie, next on the agenda is Treasurer's Report.
Okay. Not a lot to report. We don't have a whole lot going on right now. We did get some teacher reimbursements that were approved during the board meeting. I've got those ready to go out. Sending them to the teachers' home addresses and then meeting up with a couple of people that I can meet semi face-to-face with. Unfortunately, I am currently at 33% patching. QuickBooks had a little bit of an epic fail and I had to uninstall and reinstall. And we are working now off of update version number 30. So it's been a process trying to get this back online. Thankfully, everything's saved on a backup drive. So after every treasurer's report, after everything, I do a full system dump onto a flash drive. So we have all of our historical data still on file, everything like that. And if I go through and things aren't matching up correctly, I have all of the paper documentation on file in order to look back on and match everything back up and get everything to where it needs to be. So I don't have anything to share today other than my struggle.
OMG. I'm sorry, sweetie. Well, I'm glad that you are a smart person who uploads them every month, because I do not for my stuff. So you are thinking ahead.
Part of the process is that you're supposed to update the backup file every time that you update the treasurer's report. It's in the notes.
Yeah, and that's why I call you the head, because I can never remember that stuff. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be kind of an interesting week for you, and hopefully we get past that 30% more to 70%.
I'm at 53 now, so at least it's moving. But I don't think we got payment from Mod, did we? I don't remember.
I don't have anything in my notes about it.
I didn't get a chance to get to the school to check the box. I'm going to be dropping something off for Mrs. Reed later this week, so I can try to remember to check the box to see if we got something. Okay. I don't remember when we're supposed to. Ask Laura Smith. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, because I know we did the mod pizza and the food cart, but the food cart was just an event, not a fundraiser, if I remember correctly, right?
Right. They had said that they were going to ask all of the carts to see if they wanted to do like a group donation, but there was nothing set.
Yeah, and I know a lot of those places are little mom and pop shops, and they're struggling right now. So,
yeah.
Okay. All righty. Wow. Well, we are just moving along. It's probably going to be a pretty quick meeting tonight. Hope nobody was hoping to have a whole 2-hour meeting.
And now I have to go spend time with. No.
Yes, now you have to go spend time with your kids.
Heather, if I can just share, the staff were very appreciative of the gifts for conferences. I know that some people use their movies to have some family time and popcorn treats over that break. So that was greatly appreciated. And I appreciate you allowing me to use some of my funds for teachers. Those were kind of brought up pep and morale, and we're excited to have an opportunity to wear them all at the same time and have more than, 1 or 2 North shirts. So that.
Yeah, how did that go with the staff appreciation treats? Because I know you had your stuff and then ours. Did you meet a lot of the teachers at school?
Yeah, most of them came in to get them. There's still a few back there, and we delivered some. But yeah, no, they were super excited about them, and it was nice that we did it at the same time, just because it was a fun opportunity for them.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems that we have as parents, trying to, get the appreciation gifts to the teachers when we're not at school, because usually that's our point of contact with everybody is school. So I'm really grateful that you were able to get those out for us. I know Mrs. Breyer even sent a picture with her movie and her popcorn to a few of us. So that
I
was
didn't heard that
awesome.
movie wasn't very good. So
Mulan? Oh.
I heard that it was better as a cartoon.
That is so funny. That's exactly what my son said. He liked it, but he said, "Mom, that was a better cartoon than it was a movie."
I think Lion King was the same way when they made that out of like animals instead of as a cartoon. I know my kids enjoyed it more as a cartoon.
At least the Lion King still had singing in it. Mulan doesn't.
Not as
Oh.
much as the
And
other
how can it be
Disney.
a Mulan movie without Mushu?
How's there not singing? It's a Disney movie. How can it be Disney with no singing?
Well, as much
Off
as I
topic. Next one.
as much as I love to talk about Disney all night. But yeah, Shonda went right into our review of old business, of staff appreciation. So a lot of the teachers loved the popcorn, red box gift certificate, candy. I can't remember what else we put in there. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah. Hot chocolate. There we go. That's what it was. Okay, but next item to review was the 2020 Fall Virtual Book Fair. Richard,
And the numbers haven't changed. We still sold $703 worth of books and made and profits 177 in Scholastic dollars. And Sandy reached out to me to ask if we wanted to get ready for another book fair in January, February, and I'm just like, that's a little soon, but it's basically one in school or online. But I didn't reach back to her and tell her anything yet.
Yeah.
I think we're more or less waiting until spring to have one.
we're hoping, I was thinking, to be back in school and to maybe be able to do like a regular family night if possible.
Yeah, and that would all depend on when we get back into the school and if the district will allow to have an event like that too. So
Yeah. Shonda, have they talked about allowing like family nights or assembly, big groups of getting together in the schools, or have they not discussed that?
Yeah, it's mostly just, we're really just focused on getting kids back in school. We think it's going to be a while before we have any large gatherings of any type, which is why we still are doing kids coming 2 days a week as opposed to 4. So my guess is that's going to be a while. And I think that'll also depend on vaccine, who takes the vaccine, all of those components. So, yeah.
I figured I could maybe ask to see if there was talk about it.
It might be motivational though to wait until we're back in school, just because I think there'll be more hype about it and potentially larger sales if they're in person.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. And I believe we had the date set for sometime in April. I just don't remember the exact dates, but they are set
April.
at least, right?
First thing is the second week in April, yes.
Okay.
And they're still set.
Okay.
But I won't confirm it until we get closer and it looks like we're going to actually have it.
Yeah.
I usually don't confirm it until February anyway, so.
I would agree with that, and then maybe try to be able to get stuff out at supply distribution if we aren't going back into school. So
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else we need to talk about to review from last month or anything? I think we're good to go. So Angela, we were looking at Red Babel versus Zazzles for merchandise. Any additional information?
Yeah, so I went through and just pulled Zazzle has a few things that Redbubble doesn't. Like they had the different styles of hat. I think they had trigger hat and then like a baseball style hat. So the trigger hat being like it has the 2 panels of fabric in the front and then like the mesh the rest of the way around. So I just went through and pulled things that were the same to give us a better price comparison. And let's see, just a basic adult t-shirt. Both websites will allow us to set our own profit margin. So I set both of them to 0 just to see like what the absolute price was. And a basic t-shirt on Redbubble is $16.58 and on Zazzle is $17.95. A basic pullover hoodie, adult sized hoodie is $29.04 on Redbubble and $37.95 on Zazzle. And a kids pullover hoodie is $21.89 on Redbubble, $29.95 on Zazzle. Stickers are sold individually only on Redbubble and start at $2.08 a sticker. And then on Zazzle, it was $5.96 for a sheet of 20. So there was some difference there. A mug, Redbubble was cheaper again by almost a couple bucks. It was $13.13 on Redbubble, $14.95 on Zazzle. Acrylic wall clock, $25.25 on Redbubble, $32.95 on Zazzle. And a kid's size mask, the reusable masks are $10.41 on Redbubble and $11.95 on Zazzle.
Okay, sorry about that. So some of those do have a big difference, like the hoodies. I mean,
Yeah, the
that's
hoodies were big. It's like $10 almost.
Yeah. And then some things weren't too bad, like a mask, you know, is almost $1.
Yeah, a mask was about $1.50. Clocks were about $7. Mug was a couple bucks. So some of them are really big. It seems like the clothing articles, like beyond the basic t-shirt, are where the gaps are the biggest. But Zazzle was definitely a higher cost to begin with.
On those stickers, what size were those? Since Zazzle was doing a sheet of 20 compared to.
So with the Zazzle being a sheet of 20, like they're printed off, so it's like a. When I was looking on their website at it, it looks like it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of sticker paper that they sent through the printer because you're set to a sticker size for that. And then let me see if I can find it again on Redbubble. Redbubble, they started at that price, but there was more of an option to change the shape of your sticker to match your design.
No.
Where to go? So for that, there's a quality difference, I think, because their cheapest sticker was $2 for a design, but because you can choose how big your sticker is, you're not just getting it printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet. It's sized per sticker. You can have a single sticker go up to $12 if you're printing it in their largest size. And then on Zazzle, it was just a matte sticker was the only option. And then on Redbubble, the options are a basic matte sticker. You can get transparent stickers and you can get glossy stickers. And again, they come in all the different sizes and stuff with Redbubble because I think that's kind of what their site started as. So they have more options there.
Yeah. I know you had said that they were more expensive, but some things are a lot more.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, like comparing them side by side, how much more things were on Zazzle than on Redbubble, because I knew they were more than like when the school buys them and we're buying 1,000 shirts at a time, we can get them for $10 a shirt. But yeah, it was just the difference in between the two websites even was huge for basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's sounding like Redbubble is our better option.
I think so. It's going to be the more affordable option. So probably just if we want more kids to have an opportunity for their parents to send them to school with something that has the school logo on it, that Redbubble might be a better option than Zazzle.
So, sorry, Angela, go ahead.
Oh, just because the items are more affordable, so you're more likely to get families to buy it. Because I figure, like we had talked about it before, and our price margins would be kept pretty low, right? Like we're not doing it for income; we're doing it more just to give kids the opportunity to have something with their school name on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know we've been talking about this for a couple of months now. So we kind of talked about how we would, decide which one we want to go for. Fortunately, we couldn't get this done before Christmas, but at least we can start for the new year on it. So are there any questions or concerns before we put it to an official vote? And I'm even including the people on YouTube to see if there's anybody that's logged on and had a question in their chat box.
Do we want to, I guess since we couldn't get it done right away this year, do we want to like let it simmer for a month or so to see if we get some feedback from parents and then decide, or just decide now?
Well, I know we started talking about it in like October, and then we
Yeah.
talked again about in November. I have not gotten any emails or seen any comments or anything sent to me.
I'd say let's do it now, so that way, even if we can't get it done before like Christmas, we can get it done before kids go back to school. If we wait on it another month, then they might not have it for comeback day.
Okay.
Or
so
yeah, or I'm thinking maybe we can kind of maybe put a PTC flyer together for the next supply pickup if we're not going back to school. And maybe we can state about, here, go to Red Babel, here's some examples. So parents at least know about it. And maybe we can at least have a paper or something to be added to their supplies. Because as much as I want to know and hope and believe that we're coming back, I'm also preparing for the fact if we don't. This is our whole year we have.
yeah,
Were there any
right now.
were there any comments on YouTube or in the chat box here that I'm not seeing? Okay.
Nope, nothing so far.
Let's see, we don't have a raise your hand option. So do I guess we just raise our hand if we approve, or do we all want to unmute our mics and say yay or nay? I approve to use Red Babel. Let's go with that.
I second.
I've got 4 thumbs up, 5 thumbs up.
I fourth.
Okay. So we'll approve Red Babel to be added as a place to order stuff for school merchandise. Angela, do you need any help of getting everything ready and set to go on there, or what do you need help with?
I need a good copy of the school logo, or of the PTC logo that we have with the North Gresham stars, because I just pulled one off the website, but it's not great resolution. So if someone's trying to get it like full size on a shirt, it's not going to be.
Yeah, I have them as JPEG files.
That'll work. So if you can just email those to me, then I can get it uploaded, and I can do some mock-ups with like placement and stuff, and then email those guys out to you, or email it out to you.
Okay.
Because it'll be something you can choose. So like it could be big across the front, it could be on the side, like water bottles, it could be big on there. And then I guess once we start setting up with just the basic logo, if we wanted to make some other ones to throw on there too, that would be an option.
Okay, yeah. The logos we have, there's basically blue on white, which is basically like you have a white background and the logo is written in blue. And then we have like the logo written in white and the background's colored. So we have kind of a blue and white and blue option.
Okay.
I say let's throw up everything we have on there, so that way there's a ton of variation. I mean, we've got the design that Adam made, the design that we paid for like 2 years ago. We've got the cookie dough design, which I love. I want something with that bitten off cookie on it. And we were also going to talk to them about the actual constellation, the school's actual logo, and see if we can use that one too. I think we should put them all up there.
Yeah, so if I can just get good files of those, I'll get them uploaded into the account and then see what we're coming up with and let you know if I need help just getting things placed on there better, or you guys can give me feedback on it before we actually push it live.
Yeah. Angela, we need to make up a time for us to get together because I'm going to have to come in there to link the bank
Can you
account
guys
to
hear
it.
me?
So that,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to want to have money coming in from it if there's money to come in. Yeah, and then for setting prices, do we just adjust the margin until we get as close as we can to like a flat dollar amount?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Sewell,
some
did
of
you
them
have a
had really weird
question?
prices, like 1013. Like that's a weird price.
Mrs. Sewell, did you have a question?
She asked if we could hear her. She logged back in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, Angela, I was emailing you the school logo just because I didn't want to have to forget.
Okay.
And I
Oh,
do
yeah, I just
have
gotta-
I do have the
Yeah.
cookie dough one in there too, but Adam's also the one who created it, so probably the best would come from him, not from my copy. So if you could do that, Adam, that would be great.
Yeah. I'll
Well, I
send
guess
over
technically we have to
the
ask
local-
the artist first if we can use it.
Yeah, we have to have artist permission because we didn't buy it.
It's not copyrighted. It's a Creative Commons logo.
So Mrs. Sewell emailed me or texted me. She said, "Can you ask Adam to let me in so I can see you guys?" But she can't hear us.
Oh,
Actually, Heather, I think that's going to be you since you created the meeting. If she requested, then she might have sent you a request asking to join.
Okay. Can you? Okay. Sorry, everybody. Keep continuing. I'm going to help Mrs. Sewell. Or Sewell. Am I saying that wrong? I probably am. Okay. So Katie and Angela, you guys can get that all set up together with the account.
yeah, because I have a bunch of things I need to sign for Katie too, I think.
Yeah, and let me know when you need me to sign them too, Katie. I know we have all those reimbursements.
Yeah. Well,
To let everyone know that our MPLC umbrella license is expiring on the 31st of this year. We talked about it in the November meeting to see about that 90-day transfer. Unfortunately, it is non-transferable only if we renew it now. Will they add 90 days to the end to make it to like March of 22? Well, we don't want to buy something that we may not use, or we only may not get a whole time to use. So the board did vote and decide to, well, okay. I kind of made the decision, and then the board backed me up with the decision of we are not going to renew it this year. We'll wait until we get back to school to renew it because we don't know if we're able to do the family nights. So like we said, we don't want to have it and then have to not use it again or only use it once. This next topic is just kind of more of an introduction. We don't really need to discuss too much about it unless anybody has any questions. But in the December meeting is when we start thinking about the spring fundraiser. We either can go with Great Western Reserve. I've heard of ideas of like a social distancing jogathon where the classes kind of go out and do their own activities. There's a readathon where parents go online to donate money. I didn't know if anybody else had any other ideas or things that they want to kind of throw out there. We can definitely talk about them in January. If anyone has any questions or concerns they want to address now, we can definitely talk about that.
I get you said socially distanced fun run. Could that be like a virtual fun run where everyone pledges to do so much, but then they're responsible for doing it on their own, and whether or not they do it, it gets done. But
Yeah, basically, just kind of my research was like, parents, go online and say, I pledge my kid's going to run 3 miles, and then, get family members to donate or something. And then they basically, send the money to the school saying that their child ran 3 miles. It kind of seemed like it was a big honor system. Some schools said, that classrooms, instead of having classroom meetings, they decide to all, take that time to go out and do their runs, instead of having class meetings like they would have when they're actually in the school. But again, with not being able to know if we can get together or not, or if that's going to be a possibility. Or,
that might be good. Like if everyone got to have a Friday after, like their Friday 12:30 meeting was, instead of, you can come to the meeting or you can go out and work on your mile run or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I know some parents, like, I'm working at 12:30. I'm not going to allow my son to go walk around the neighborhood by himself and, walk 3 miles. Of course, we would do it, when mommy's home. And some parents, aren't able to leave because they got other kids in school or other things going on. But, it's just an idea that they kind of threw out there.
I wonder too if we could get some of the families to record the kid going out and doing running, so we can get a couple second clips of them and put together a little video montage of the students running.
Oh yeah. And we
Or
could even
maybe if it's a virtual, instead of like a virtual field day, maybe instead of just a run, so that they could be doing other physical things. Like, so like I don't really have a great place to go running in my neighborhood, so we're gonna do all 3 kids lined up in the driveway, and we're all gonna do like jumping jacks and then burpees and then jump rope or like crazy things like that, just to make it something that would be
and if we do something online like that, we need to maybe look at how either through the Square website, or there are a number of fundraising companies that, for a small portion of what is donated, they would take a portion for their processing to collect and send to us. I don't know if that's something that Square can automatically do or what, but if we want to do that, I know there's a readathon where they do that.
Sorry, I missed that. My cat was trying to eat the gingerbread house.
No, so I was just talking like, with the jogathon or readathon, if we do something like that, if parents want to be able to donate money without sending a check to the school, I don't know if there's a way for Square to do something where they would donate money, and send it to us that way, or we can go through an online company. But of course, the online company says, they would take a small portion of whatever we get as a processing fee.
Yeah, no. Square would have a processing fee attached to it, and I'd have to invoice somebody in order to do it. Like they'd have to say, hey, I want to give you $5. I would have to create an invoice and say, please send me $5. There are ways to do it if it was just like friends exchanging money, but we can't do that because we are not friends.
If they purchase off the Square website, do you have to create invoices, or is that automatically done? And I'm wondering if they could go to the website. We have a lap for $1 or $5 or $10, and they purchase that lap from the website instead of doing a donation. Or
could something like that be set up through like GoFundMe, where parents are saying like, this family is donating $10 for their kid to run.
GoFundMe takes money too.
They all take money, but I just meant like, because then you don't have to invoice it or try to like make a packet of something to be sold. Like it can just be something that people are, I donated $10 to see my kid run 10 miles or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of things we need to think about, how we can do this. Of course, we still have Great Western Reserve. I know she's probably going to contact me after the new year to see if we want to try doing an online catalog with them. So, I mean, we can try doing that again. Again, we're just, just start kind of thinking about it, and then, kind of bring the ideas to the table next month. I just know a lot of people are doing so much stuff right now with the holidays. So that's why I'm saying next month. So we don't have to, try to add one more thing to our plate during these fun times. Does anyone have any questions or anything?
Yeah, I think we can. I don't know. I guess I should have, I would have looked more or thought more about it. I'll ask my husband too if his school is doing, if he knows what his school is doing. Sometimes we get good ideas from each other.
Well,
And
I know.
when he saw me making all the Redbox movie tickets to give to the teachers, he was kind of bummed out that he wasn't getting anything from school. He's like, "That's a really good idea. I wish we were getting something like that."
What about a readathon, like the virtual, like a readathon just at home?
Yeah.
You might have mentioned that when I was off trying to hear you guys.
Yeah, so we talked about, a few different ideas. Readathon was one of them, and there is a company that does do virtual readathons. But like any company like GoFundMe or Square, they all take a processing fee. So it's just kind of be more of compare and contrast which one's going to work best for us. And for most importantly for me, also make it easy for parents.
I like the idea if there's a company that is already well versed in doing online readathons, then that would be a positive in my book, that they've already done it before. They have all the payment stuff planned out and all that and how to figure it out. I'd say that would be one of the top choices.
Especially if they're going to be doing any kind of advertising or anything, or they're going to have materials for us to just print off as advertising. So we're not trying to create a bunch of content on our own to get word out that we're doing this.
I wonder if Sue Kruger has any information, if she's heard of anything, because, we get so many emails right now specific to the job we do from companies who have stuff like this in place. And so I could check with her and see if she has any ideas, as well as Katie for PE, which is where the Jogathon often comes about. So I can send an email to them and see if they've heard of any place.
Yeah. So, as you think, or your 3 a.m. feedings, or your 2 a.m. I can't sleeps, if you want something to do, you can always, go on and, see if you can find something. Because normally this is when we're going to start planning the Jogathon, and we look at the calendar and all of that. Again, just as much as I want us to go back, I also want us to be prepared not to go back and see what we can do. Because we didn't do too much in the fall. So, hopefully maybe we can do at least, one good one or a couple of them. But if you have any ideas, you can send them to me, or, bring them up at the meeting. I'm thinking that's what a lot of January is going to be, because a lot of the normal January stuff we can't talk about, or not going to happen. So, okay, so just kind of a reminder. We're getting to the end. Wow. Just kind of a reminder that we're meeting on the 3rd Tuesdays now. So the next one will be January 19th. And then I have the dates there at the end. So if anyone needs to review them. Are there any questions from any of the chat boxes, either in Google Meet or in YouTube, that we should address before we end?
There's not anything on YouTube.
Nothing in Google Meets now that Shonda can get into the meeting?
Nope. Just your conversation between Shonda and you on trying to get things working right.
Okay. All righty. So yeah, this is a quick meeting. Is there anything else we need to do before we officially adjourn? Not even an hour into the meeting. Katie, is this a new record?
If it is officially under 1 hour and 15 minutes, yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so we have 20 minutes to discuss anything else anybody needs before we break our record.
We're setting the bar high if we end it now.
Well, usually this meeting's kind of always a wrap up from the fall and, you know, think about the spring. So this means usually kind of a catch up meeting of anything that's been forgotten.
No, I have nothing new. So I'll get to work on the Redbubble stuff and trying to get it put together so I can send out mock-ups, and then I can probably just share the account with the other PTC emails, right?
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Oh, I guess as a board, we should vote if Angela should have semi-access to the bank account. Because if I put our bank account information on there, she would have access to at least what the number is.
Okay.
Well, otherwise, right now
Brain.
it's set up under my account, but I could turn it over to somebody like once it's going, I guess, once I get it set up before you add in bank information.
But you also can't do anything with our account. You can't withdraw any money. You can't do anything to it. You would just be able to find out what our member number is.
And yeah, so I could go give you money, I guess. They'll let you give money to an account you know the number of. Really, all I could do with the Redbubble account is be like, I'm selling this stuff for the school, and then put in my own account information to get money back.
And I think as long as one other person had, like Heather or somebody had the account information and could also be getting like reports saying we sold 5 t-shirts, and then they could check. Yeah, I think we're good on that.
It doesn't matter. Okay. So when I share it, I'll also share the information I have because I set it up right now with the North Gresham PTC secretary email. So when I send out what I have mocked up so far, I'll just also send it with the password so you guys can see what there is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Log in and take a look at price margins, and we can decide if adjustments need to be made for that too.
Perfect. Yeah, as long as we can get that information. So as long as something doesn't happen to you, we'll be okay. But if something does, we just need access to it.
Just ask Doug. He knows what my passwords are, or he knows where to find them.
Yeah. Okay, so a board, are we approving to give Angela access to the PTC bank account information so she can set up the Redbubble account? Do a thumbs up, a thumbs down, smiley face. Okay, I think it's approved. I can't quite see Richard's, but I think it was a thumbs up. Okay.
It looked like he was waving a lighter. I was like,
Trying to decide. He's like, I don't know.
I thought he was sticking his thumb in his ear. Okay.
Okay. Anything else before we officially adjourn this meeting? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I think we're all anxious to get on to our lives.
Yes.
All right. I have 7:25 p.m. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We are officially adjourned. Clink, whatever it is.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Sounds good. Happy holidays,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.